All right, so for you Virgos, I see that a lot of you Virgos, the Two of Cups, a lot of people, um, I honestly see that a lot of you Virgos have kind of cracked the code when it comes to relationships, right? I honestly see that you Virgos have transformed, to say the least. A lot of you Virgos understand that, you have a better understanding of relationships, right? Because us as Virgos, we can be very intelligent, but one of the things that we lack is keeping that intelligence when we are in love or when we're in a relationship. We can be very smart in all other areas, but when it comes to a relationship, it's like our brains go out the window. And for us Virgos, we're the Empress, the Two of Cups, the Ace of Swords. We're really learning that we really do have to mind our own business when it comes to getting to know other people. Not everybody who's coming to us, even when they come to us smiling, is actually good for us. And us as Virgos, right, we deal with health. So we're really going to be watching to see if the person is healthy, right? Not just mentally, but physically as well, right? We're actually, and that's what it is that we're all doing. But Virgo and Pisces rules over health. So we're really learning, right, that spiritual bankruptcy, a person not caring, a person doesn't have any kind of boundaries, a person doesn't care, a person who has this mentality that they can live off of other people, they're not mentally healthy, so, or spiritually healthy. So we understand that we're going to have to start judging those people based off of, are they healthy? Not just are they physically attractive, not just are they into me, right? Or are they into you? It's about, are they healthy, right? How healthy are they? And the things that the Devil and the Ten of Pentacles, right, is really about how, because a lot of people come to you, tell you that they like you, right? And then us as Virgos, and I've done this myself, we tend to run into that situation, right, with our head down, right? Run into that situation, and we already start talking about, we love that person, and we don't want anyone to have them, and we love them and stuff like this, all googly eyed. And the thing about it is that the Ten of Pentacles, it really is going to require time. You really do want to make sure that the person really is a good match for you long term, right? And see, that's the thing with us as Virgos that we have to come to terms with. And that's something that I have come to terms with myself. The idea that you could like somebody, but at the same time time and patience needs to be on your side. The Hanged Man represents, otherwise we end up getting ourselves tied up because of that, because we're not patient enough to actually see if the person is really a good fit before we start talking relationships, or before we start doing big gestures, right? Some of which will, I ain't gonna say we're gonna splurge, but some of which we may end up saying something that can end up putting us in a very messed up disposition, right? Because people will turn around, try to humiliate us for it. So the Seven of Wands represents a lot of you Virgos, us Virgos, we're also learning how to fight that off, right? The idea that, all these people, look at how all these forest animals are just picking at this person, right? And that represents those other people, how, when those people start to turn coat, when they start to turn, it's like, oh, okay, you saw it coming. So that's why it is, you didn't really say anything to them that would really put you in a compromising position. The Page of Pentacles represents because you're learning, right? And the Ace of Wands and the Ten of Swords represents, but it's ironic because now, right, when people come to you, right, they're gonna still move the same way that they did, but for you Virgos, it's gonna look regular to you because you're accustomed to people telling you that they like you, telling you that they love you, act in a certain way up until a certain point, because that's the reason why it is that basically all of my relationships pretty much ended. You know, they were short term because somewhere along those lines, it took about a month, right, for the person to show me who they was, and they end up being a nightmare. But then it turned into 2 weeks, and now it's turning it turned into like 3 days. Now it's 24 hours. So let's clarify some of these cards. Let's clarify the Ten of Swords. So you have the King of Pentacles, Four of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and then you have the Ace of Wands. Right. So the King of Pentacles, the Four of Swords, to clarify the Ten of Swords, again, it represents how a lot of people will, you just see it as one big con. Like, a lot of people will try to get you and in future tense, who will tell you that they may like you, love you, and all that stuff. But the Seven of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands, they're really going to have a very much so harder time, because you Virgos, you're going to be very patient, very much so patient. They're going to have to do more than just tell you that they like you or that they love you. They're going to have to actually stick around and actually show and prove their own value by providing some.